Hey guys, Kwame here, and I want to give an update to this project that we started 2 years ago, WizAI. There was a autonomous AI agents hackathon that Eve Global did, and we wrote a project called WizAI. The big idea about this project was that you would have these different agents that had specific skills, right? Well, that's what we call them now. Back then, there wasn't a name for it, but they would have these different abilities. So you could have a product manager, and it would have prompts and ideas of what each of these roles were, and it would pass off work, eventually getting to a developer, and then it would build out the application. Well, last year, we created the ERC8001 Ethereum standard for agent coordination. So the big idea of this is like having a common language that AI agents could use to perform different tasks on chain. You can just use your imagination, but there's a proposer that proposes the intent or the big idea, and then you have a bunch of AI agents, human agents, wallets, what have you. They accept this proposal, they sign their version of this agreement, and then this big idea would be ready for execution. Then I came across this project, Agent Zero. I absolutely love it. Love the team, love what they're doing. They have weekly school meetings. Just an awesome project, and incorporates this massive harness with pretty much anything that you would want to do. You can build with it. It's amazing. And so what ended up happening was that I updated WizAI with the foundations of Agent Zero and created a port called AI Rust. So Agent Zero Rust is the combining these two projects, and it's natively Web3. So one big idea that you'll see from this is that we have an address that we logged in with, but every agent has their own wallet. So they become economic actors within this ecosystem. So you can think of another big idea of marketplaces. So I'm working inside of AI Rust, and there's a marketplace of agents. Say I need a specific agent that is good with making 2D animations for a video game. I can go out to a marketplace, hire that agent to do specific work. That's the big idea, a bigger idea. But we're going to show kind of like a common workflow. So I have this game that I've been vibing out. I'm learning how to use specific skills, and just my background is in game development. So I wanted to build something out that allows this type of these types of applications. So a typical workflow that we could do here is that we could just copy this. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, let us review the following repo and give an analysis after. And then we'll paste this in, and then we'll fire this off. Now the agent is going to go, it's going to use its set of tools, and also pick the appropriate agent for this, and kind of just let it cook and do its thing. And as it's kind of going through, it's going over its skills and going, okay, am I still using the correct skill? Because when you think of how AI agents are working, they need to be able to switch contexts as well, right? Like when we're thinking through a problem, there's different scenarios that are coming in. So when you think of it as an agent reviewing a repository, there may be animations. Do I have a skill that works with that? Do I need to build myself a skill? Like, do I need? There's some information or some plugins that are let's see, like certain applications that it may not have reference on, or need a specific tool, or to install something that it may need to do stuff later on. So we're allowing the AI agent to build enough context in order to properly execute within this repo. Okay, so it's given us back a a report. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, it tells us what it's built in, the main files, the strength, some clean state machine. Okay, issues. That's where we want to go to. We're okay with the stuff that it likes, but where are there areas for improvement? So we have this one issue and concern here, and let's say that this is a good candidate. So I'm going to go to the repo here. I'm going to just copy this. This is the piece of work that I'm going to want our agent to do some work on. So let's go in here. Oops, wrong repository. And let's create ourselves a new issue. And I'm just going to paste this here and paste that here. Okay, that's it. No labels. We'll get into that in future videos, but I'm just going to create this issue. Amazing. So the one piece of information that our system is going to need is the repository. So there is a GitHub access token that is associated with the working environment. So any repository that your GitHub access, like your GitHub account has access to, will allow your associative agent to do work within that repo. So I'm going to copy this section here. And then inside of our environment, we have our settings section. So let's go into here, and you'll see here that we have the GitHub polling section in our settings. We're going to select enable GitHub issue PR and polling. We're going to paste in the repo and the repository name. And you can comma separate this and have the agent working on multiple repos. As mentioned, we don't have any specific labels. And we wanted to create a PR after the work is done. And we can also have the ability to target specific commits, a branch, tags as well. So we have this piece of work. So now we're going to run poll now. Okay, so it is found, it's polled, and it sees there's one new issue. We're going to click on OK, and this is automatically going to fire off this work. Okay, so you can see here that we have some pushes. Now let's go back into our here. Okay, it's cooking. Over here. You can see here that it actually had an error, but was able to reset itself and continue on. This is good so far. Okay. So here we have, there's a PR created, it's given us a link, is writing some notes. So let's click on this link. Okay, so this resolve problem 6, combat player even man, fix, okay. All right, this looks pretty cool. Let's go into the files changed. Okay. Okay. That looks all right. Very cool. Okay, this is fine. This looks good. This looks good. Okay, I am going to approve this. Oh, that's one caveat. I can't approve my own. I'm gonna have to get a teammate to do it. But you get the idea, right? And it has guardrails in there, so I can't like merge my own stuff. I have to allow either another agent or a team member working on this to do it as well, or to remove that. But in the next video, we're going to show not only a workflow of you creating an update to a video game or any application on GitHub, but also to have it use Playwright MCP. So we integrated Playwright MCP, and it will go out and actually play the game for us, do screenshots, and add that to the PR for higher quality of life situations. So that's a quick example of a WizAI update to a port of Agent Zero, kind of like marrying these two projects. And we'll see you guys in the next one.